Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you all to the Simple Tax Online Administrator Office Manager uh, training. Um, so to begin with, we're going to jump right in. So when you access the web portal for Simple Tax Online, um, you'll enter the login information and the password. Typically, the master login is going to be the EIN number. In this case, it's 712345, and then the password. You just go ahead and click login. As you see, the program will go ahead and open up. Opens up in automatically onto the saved returns tab. So we're going to talk about these six tabs here real quick. New return. That's where you're going to create a new return. Saved returns is going to give you a list of every return that has been created but has not been filed. Filed returns, going to show you every return that exists that has been filed. Amended is going to show you every return that has been amended. We will talk more about amended returns and how you amend returns and that sort of thing when we do the prepare training. Print checks, if you have checks available to print, those will show up in this window here. You click what you need to click the actual print checks process. We have been refining the check printing process over the last few years, so now it is available. I'm sorry. It is available in that process for you to print from any browser now. Click on the Bulletins tab. Typically, these will have bulletins information. That's going to be information that's industry specific on those things. On the right-hand side, you'll see blank forms, prior year returns, and software manuals if you need those. Those are located in here. They're also located on our simpletaxsupport.com website. So let's go into the setup menu option here. You'll see the information and fee schedule. Please don't forget to visit our simpletaxsupport.com website and submit your fee schedule to us so that we can create that fee schedule for you. Groups, if you've got a variety of offices, you will have a group set up there. Most of you will just be in this section. Default return method. By default, we're setting everyone to Forms Manager. If you want all of your preparers to be using the interview mode, we will set it, or estimator process, excuse me. We will set those as well. Here, you can select to hide the estimated values. If you would like to, do those, to hide those. If you don't want the preparers to see the estimated tax return values when they file the return. Always show 8867 EIC validation if you want preparers to always complete an 8867 for each return. If you need to make any change to the company return information in here, if you need to make any changes to anything inside here, just make that change. We're okay with it. By and large part, that's just going to be your information anyway. The bank choice section here will be auto-filled for you, as will the available services. If you don't want your preparers to be able to offer any of these available services, contact customer support and we will disable them for you. Down here is the text messaging solution. You want to click there to enable the function for text messaging. That will enable text link. Click register now for an account link if you need to create a Google email or Gmail account. If you already have one, go ahead and enter your Google email. I recommend if you're creating a Google email, or even if you have one, you may want to change it to always use some form of the business name. You don't want, Big Hot Bunny 1 or something like that, because that's what your customer is going to see when they get that text message. They're going to see you got a, text message from Big Hot Bunny 1 at gmail.com, and it's saying, I've got a check for you. It may confuse them. So the best thing you could do is put your business name or your tax office name, or even your name if they know you directly like that in there as well. You enter the password, and then down here at the bottom, we just click save. Now I don't have a Joe, so I'm going to uncheck that box. Still click save. I want to talk to you about two things. One, this is a menu bar up here at the top. This is what we call the office menu bar. Office setup, or I'm sorry, tax return, uh, setup, tax info, reports, log out. That's all related to the office menu bar. The office toolbar is over here on the right-hand side. So general office, paid prepares, logins, EIN database, change password. And that's where we're going to start. The next section here that we're going to go to is going to be paid prepares. So on this right-hand side, once you click this setup at the top, you click paid prepares. And paid prepares is going to show you all the prepares that you already have created. Gives you a list if you need to add their signature. If you're using the Scriptel or Topaz signature pads, you can add those in here. If you need to edit, just click the little pencil button here and that will edit. We're going to go ahead and add a new prepare just so we can show you how to do that. So we want to go and put a prepare code. The prepare code is an identification for the prepare, so it can be letters or numbers. In this case, I'll do STS123, and then the first and last name of the prepare. You want to put in an email address form. This is more for contact purposes than anything else. Their PTIN information, you want to go ahead and put that in. If you haven't renewed your PTIN, they are open and available to do that now. Go ahead and create a 5-digit PIN here. This will autofill on the 8879 so you don't have to enter that information every single time. So I'll create one here. You can enter the firm's name if applicable. If there's no separate firm, enter the address of the individual paid preparer. So if you've got, if there's not a standard firm name in prepare, for us there would be. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out that information. Some tax services, the STS. Enter. If you know the firm's EIN, go ahead and put it in. If not, that's fine. You can enter it at a later time. If you are registered with the state, you can enter that state information. For example, California, things like that. That is not their driver's license. It's just it's a registration number for certain states that require it. So I know I don't have a valid P. Saving that information. If you need to delete a prepare, you can just click the red X next to them. As long as they don't have returns active to them, you can delete them. If they have returns still active to them, you cannot delete them. Pay prepare information from there. If you logins is the next section we're going to go to. So if you go to a login, you just click add a login, and you'll fill that information. A login, first, last name, email, default prepare, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like by editing one. Let's edit this. So you can put that information in. Here's the default prepare. We can put that in. You can choose the default return method for each prepare. So if you've got some prepares that need form manager, some prepares that need refund estimator, you can choose which one you need there. Default signature pad, if you're using a signature pad, you want to select which signature pad that prepare is using. If you're not using a signature pad, you put I'm not using a signature pad. Outside here, this shows you the access levels, the access level that this particular person has. Those can change. I want to show you one that isn't. That's a default login. Okay, so in here, um, that's set as a custom one. If I wanted to change it to office admin or uh, assistant admin or something like that, these will show you um, what they have access to or what your offices have access to. If you need us, there's a variety of them in here. Um, so check them out, see which ones work best for you. If you need us to create one, maybe you need them to do only very few certain things, just let customer support know and we can go ahead and create one for you. And then it'll show up in the access level next year or the current year. Right after we do it, you'll have it. Again, same process if you need to disable or delete a login. I don't recommend deleting logins. I recommend disabling logins. Um, Disable it. You come in here and mark the checkbox as disabled. As far as setting passwords, you can do that as well. Go into a login. Let's say I'll do this one, and I need to reset the password. Get a reset word. When you reset the password, the default value is the word EIN and all lowercase, like it says here. They'll put in EIN, and then it will prompt them to change their password. Now we're going to go to EIN Database. You can start building your EIN database. Unfortunately, this is not a dynamic database as it currently stands. But if you know you've got a particular employer that you're going to do quite a few of, go in there and do that. If you need to change your password, you can come in here, put in the login, and then put in the password. You can change someone's password from here. That'll prevent them from being able to log in or change your password from here. Next, we're going to jump over here to the tax info. I want to show you the search function. You've got 3 different options: last name, EIN, SSN, last name, EIN, or return ID. I'm going to pull one. Actually, try test. Okay, so here you see we've got test as the person, and this is kind of what you see. All the federal electronic filing information, state electronic filing, bank application information, disbursement information. So you know everything you need to know about the return itself. Now, if you want to view the tax return, all you have to do is click View Tax Return. It will open that tax return. It will say it's already been submitted. You can't make any changes to it. But you can go look at the particular forms that you need to be able to save it once it's filed. If it hasn't been filed, then you can obviously open it, like you would any other. So I'm going to log into the report section. As far as the setup goes, that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. You're really just setting up prepares and logins. Again, your fee schedule, go to simpletaxsupport.com. There'll be a link there for you to fill out a form and submit that form to us. We will also be including that a link to that form in the software release email that you will get from us. So I want to show you guys the reports section. So at the top there, you can see the status reports, variety of reports. I kind of want to get to a few in particular here. Taking a second to quite load. Just a minute. Okay, so first I'm going to show you how to actually use a report so that you have a better understanding. So we're going to pull up this status report. This report is just a report that you can run based on the IRS status. These filter values are sort of set. You can change it by IRS respond date, IRS act date. You can change the code. Okay, I want to see the rejection code. And what you'll have to do is slide this over because there's quite a few columns and view report, and this will change what the report is here. That becomes very important as you're doing different things. Um, for example, if you're using, login return, this gives you a list of every login for each office that you have. So that's essentially how you're going to generate those reports. You can play with those filters, find the right filter for you. You pull, for example, a page prepare report, prepare a return. Let's show you um, it's going to show you all the returns by a particular preparer in that office. Financial reports gives you the total, and there's a description next to each one of the deleted returns, return count, IRS alerts. All of those things are inside of here. I want to pull this break in. Pull the status report. I want to show you how to do a couple of things. One of them is print. There is an icon toolbar here that should give you print. Go. Disable. I guess mine is disabled. You do have a couple of options, at least as far as exporting. If you wanted to print it, exporting it to PDF would be a way to go. You could also export it to CSV, the Excel file. You could export it to Excel. You could export it to Word. You could export it to HTML, for example. You have a variety of options. Here's a status report that's in PDF. Typically, people like those. They're quick to use. If you want to expand this, click the expand. I think because we now have the option to export via PDF, that there isn't a print option on the toolbar here. So that's kind of a list of the reports. I kind of want to go through some of these reports, kind of give you a brief or real quick overview of what these reports are. Some of these are pretty obvious, what they are. Some are not. The status summary is a great. I'm sorry. The state status is a great way for you to kind of keep track of your state. There's again the non-financial, the invoices, mailing list, phone list, tax forms, text message. This is where you can send a message to your tax to everyone who has a text message thing, or that has opted in for the text message. You can send one mass text message to your entire customer base. This is a fantastic tool if you get your customers to use it, or opt in for it through the return process, because now as we're getting ready for 2014, for tax year 2014, you could go into 2014 software instead of 2015. Go into 2014, send a mass text message letting everyone know that you're now open and ready to go. Letting them know that the first day of e-filing is projected to be January 25th. Those kinds of things are marketing gold. And you can generate a lot of revenue out of those things. And it's pretty awesome. I want to show you guys one other thing in here, and then we're going to wrap up. I want to show you something inside. Let me see. Let's go here. I want to show you guys the help functions, kind of how these things work a little bit. Let's go back. Should be a help right here. See these federal worksheets? If we click help, this basically takes you to a knowledge base, the full KB version of this. You can go straight to it like this. There's federal worksheets, give you everything that you need. State worksheet, file, their list. Kind of lets you know required, why the error occurred, how to correct the error code. These are great. IRS errors. You can search for all of these things, and this is a list that we are expanding. Um, we've been building on this, and we'll continue to build on this um, for the next few years. As much as you already need. SSN already filed. And this is great because it tells you what you can do. See the IRS tiebreaking um, tells you what all your options are should that happen. These are great. It's something that a lot of people didn't know was here. So I wanted to make sure everybody kind of knew what was here and how you got to it. There's also help functions actually inside on any of these forms, a particular line item. So if we were to go to schedule a medical dental section, there's these more info things. And these more info links here will give you more information on what, if you have no right to stay at home, you may claim up to $50 per night in a hotel expense. Who knew? It's out-of-pocket expense you had to pay in your health insurance um, or for health things. They're out of medical expenses. This takes you, again, right into the KB where it's going to teach you more information. It's kind of links you back to where you need to. Blank forms, federal extensions. To the best of my knowledge, we are still in the same place where we were for federal extensions last year. Digital documents. The digital documents is where you'll use the scanner. I tend to recommend using an outside scanner than the actual scanner just because the environment's changed so much. If you use a scanner that's installed directly, maybe out of your printer or something like that, you can upload those docs from here, choose file, and upload. That's not something we're going to really cover in the individual tax preparation side for your preparers, just because so few customers use them. Here's the send text message. This is if you're inside a return, you send a text message to that particular customer. The digital docs is good if you're using the signature pad as well, because this is where your signed document from. Any uploaded documents show up in here. So that is all. The user manual has been broken down on our Simple Tax Support portal, and you'll be able to access those really at any time. You just have to go to them and actually access them. Go to simpletaxsupport.com. Again, our customer support will be 24/7 like we are during tax season. Just give us a call at 281-833-9300, option 2 for customer support. Thank you guys for your time today, and let's have a wonderful and fantastic tax season. Thank you.